Today we're shooting here from the new 2J's detailing shop here in Vanderbijl. Guys, welcome to today's JT Talks and thank you for being here. Alzette, so you grew up in the Free State on a farm and then decided you want to become an architect. Where or when in your life did you decide maybe you want to do something more than just be on the farm and become an architect?
It's actually a funny story because I didn't really decide it. It was sort of shown to me. Up until the first quarter of matric, I had no idea what I want to be. Every week something different, and then my mother decided, okay, no, seriously, we need to get you some guidance. And I did one of those psychological tests, and the guy took one look at me and said, listen, there's only one path for you, and that's an architect. And I'm like, what the hell is an architect? In 40 years, nobody became an architect. So I didn't even know what the terminology of that meant. And that's where everything started.
Okay. JJ, you grew up in the Vaal, and yeah, I mean, since I've known you, you've had a love for cars and passion for cars. So what made you go into detailing of cars, and where did your love for cars start?
So I think that's something you're born with, to be honest. I mean, I think anybody from the Vaal Triangle that knows me know I'm a car fanatic, one of the biggest car fanatics you'll probably find. So I grew up, my dad was a big petrol head, and I went through school, I raced bikes, I drove go-karts, cars. And at the end of the day, after school, I wasn't sure what exactly I want to do, but I went studying, and after studying, I said to my dad, no, I think I'm going back to basics, let's get into the motor trade. So I was in the motor trade with my dad for about, I think, 4 years. And after that, while I was in the motor trade, I tried to get the cars as clean and prestige as possible. And I think that's where my love for detailing came in. And good friends, I used to be very good friends with my partner Johan, and we're still very good friends. We once sat at an event at the 9 Hour of Kyalami, racing car event, and we sat and we're like, what can we do together that's interesting, that's fun for both of us in a business way? And we came up with the idea of detailing, and that's where I got my love for it. And that actually took me out of the motor trade, not selling cars anymore, and I just pushed my focus all to the detailing side. And I still sell cars, I still buy, I still got a big love for that, but the detailing on my side, it's very similar to the architect story. It's just something, you can't explain it, it's just, you've got the eye for it, you've got the love for it, and that's how I got into detailing, and I'm not looking back one day.
What made you decide to trust JTC to be involved in the design and the fabrication and installation of the steel? And yeah, you know, obviously also how did Alzette get involved in this?
So obviously, as you can see, it's not the easiest building. I think it all started where I had this vision. We went to Dubai once and we walked through a facility there, and it was very similar to what we've got here. And yes, it's not easy, but I said, that's what we want, that's what we want to do. And a lot of people looked at me strange and saying, what, you want to do what in front? I mean, this section that goes over across the street, or it looks like it's floating, that's not something you see every day. So I was actually looking for someone that would see the vision that I've got and plan it with me and say, listen, we're willing to help you get to that point. So I've known Alzette for quite some time, and she obviously helped me a lot with the design. It's not the easiest thing, and I wasn't sure if it's possible. And then I've seen your stuff on Facebook, I've seen it online, I've seen what you're doing, and it's great. I think for me the main thing is, at the end of the day, I had to get somebody I can trust, and that's where Alzette came in. The architecture she did in her model, it was just amazing, and that's exactly what I wanted. Working with you, I saw it's actually someone I enjoy working with. I can trust you. If I ask you something, you answer me. I don't have to go through a whole system to get to you, to speak to you. And for me, that was great. That made the difference.
Yeah, Alzette, I think, you know, on your side, obviously, JJ mentioned it, but he had the vision or the idea, and, you know, came to you. And I've seen this with JJ. He'll always come to you and listen, I've got this picture or photo that I've seen, and this is what I want. Can we make this happen? And I think you had quite a few of those sessions.
Well, I think the first thing in any architecture project that you sort of use as a starting point is, who do you design this building for? And JJ had a specific idea, and it's not just his idea that we wanted to capture. It also needs to entail JJ, so that this must capture your client in some sort of an essence. And his vision was the 6-meter cantilever. And the second part is your site sort of dictates what is possible.
I think the fact that we all work in 3D, you know, LZ, everything you do is Revit. We use Tekla, it's fully integrated. That also helps. So, you know, JJ, for you, it gives you a good picture of what the structure will look and what the end product will look like. And you can model and you can change, you can play with that. And I think that also assisted for you to realize your vision.
No, definitely. I mean, we even, I think it was changed quite a few times. We didn't do one design. I mean, from the first 3D we saw to where we now, there was a lot that changed. And if it wasn't for that, obviously I would have maybe done something and said, no, but we should have done that. Luckily we didn't go that way. So yeah, no, I'm very happy with what we've got here.